Hey, soul survivors, we're going to talk about why we cannot stay stuck in the state that we're in. If you are in the process of healing, we need to complete that cycle. Otherwise, we're going to stay stuck in depression or living in the past, not living our full life. Now, as we move forward, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And if we don't heal, we are always going to attract whatever is on the opposite, whatever is going to feel like it's completing us. But this is from somebody who needs, and then we're in a state of need. So we're both needing from each other. And it like with the narcissist, they take everything they can. But when you're in a healthy relationship, it just works together and it gives you a peace of mind. So hopefully you came from somewhat of a healthy upbringing and you just want to get back to your peaceful self. But sometimes we overcompensate. I see a lot of my viewers are super empaths where they give too much and it takes away from living their life. So we can help people, but we're not here to save the world. We're here to do our part to help people, but it's not to where it gets to become toxic. So we have to up our self-esteem because we've been beaten down and we're kind of addicted to this awkward state of the ups and downs. And I had a person I was communicating with about their toxic person, and they were saying how they missed the ups and downs of the other relationship that they were in. They get addicted to the chaos. Narcissists are addicted to chaos. That's why they create it. And sometimes it's subconscious. Sometimes it's a conscious effort to get your goat. But the state that we're in now, maybe we're needing extra validation because we're a little skittish, like, do you really love me? So we're in a state of need. When we come in a state of abundance, it falls into place. It's almost like that manifestation type looking at the future, not where we need people to validate what we see is worthwhile in us, but that we believe that we are worthwhile. So, if I came on every time and I'm like, do you think I'm a good YouTuber? Do you think I'm pretty? Do you think this? Do you think that? Eventually you guys would get sick of me. You're like, I'm here for this. And that's kind of what the relationship is like. I'm not here to overly, daily, hourly, there needs to be a little bit of even keel. Sometimes we feel a little awkward and we're like, do you still find me pretty or whatever we want to say, every now and then. But if you're in too deep of a state of need, it pushes people away. And people think that sometimes you're manipulating them or you're only out for yourself. So to get the balance back, it's going to feel uncomfortable. And there are steps that you need to take, such as practicing mindfulness, talking to yourself with positive affirmation. If you don't look the best today, tell yourself, you know what, at least, my eyes look vibrant today or whatever. Instead of picking yourself apart, focus on something positive. It's also good to get patterns put in place, such as starting a morning routine. And it sounds silly, but if you make your bed, you go to bed better. Gives you a sense of accomplishment. If you take a shower, it can revitalize you. Some of you like to take it at night, but that's a fresh start in the morning. That self-care makes a difference. And training our bodies to focus on the things that we need. We need certain meals. We need to eat healthy. We need to get some exercise. We need to get sunlight. We need to socialize with people. We are social beings. And we've often been isolated, that we've gotten in a bad habit of not experiencing life. And, like as far as not starting your morning routine, once you start getting in that rut, it kind of sets you in a rut for the rest of the day. I've told you guys many times about, if I say, do you feel okay? And then your next coworker is like, you don't look good. Are you sick? That eventually it changes your mind where you start feeling sick. So we can feel healthy by telling ourselves certain things. We can feel worthwhile if we tell each other certain things. And we've been through some trauma, and a lot of times we want to finish what we thought should have been. You know, it's frustrating if you're making a certain food and then you got to throw it out. It feels kind of awkward, but you can leave it in that state of starvation where you, all right, and just stand there in the kitchen. That sucks. Or you can create a new meal. You can create a new life, as an analogy, that it gets scary. The future is unknown. But if you look back at your life, of all the different things that you have experienced, I know mine was twists and turns all over the place, even different states that I lived in, that it brought me to where I feel finally pretty much, not 100%, but pretty much where I need to be right now. And I'm living in the moment. I still have certain things that I wish didn't happen, but looking back, like when my car died, I was down in Florida and I was lucky. I was blessed. My family flew me home and I got back on track. But that was not the place for me. Looking back, that was not the place that filled my heart. It was away from my family, away from people I wanted to be around. And it sucks when you are too broke to do anything, and have to rely on your family. I was lucky, but you know, the twists and turns, we get mad sometimes. Like my fucking car broke down when I don't have money. Now I gotta move and I can't get to work and all these things. But sometimes it is a blessing. And hindsight is 2020. So we can look back at our narcissist and, you know, there's things that we miss about them, but because of who they are, if they're not self-aware, if they are not working on themselves, it will always be where they need to discard. They need to discard. They need to push you away. So you chase after them and give them validation that they're worthwhile. But they don't feel, this is where it gets tricky. They don't feel they're worthwhile. So when you give them love, they're like, oh, I don't like it. And so they push you away again. And it's just a cycle that is always going to continue. So hoping to get back with them is, unless they've really worked on themselves, they will push you away. They will attack you. They will put you down. And they need to do that to feel empowered or to have you come after them. And the thing is they don't reciprocate because they're still in that childlike state. They're trying to get that love from the childlike state. So they're going to take, just like children, you know, depending on what age, but the children take their parents' love, or try to get it, to figure out who they are. So the narcissist is trying to figure who they are, but the damage has been done that they're stuck in that state of need. They're not working on themselves to not need somebody else to validate them or to have control over them. And I'm going to do a video. I want to do one on the change in how society is. The biblical stuff. I want to give you guys a voice. I'm going to record that right now. I don't want to attach it onto this one, about how religion kind of set things up for success. Whether, and I'd like to know, I'm a Christian, but I'd like to, I know the Old Testament. So, and I also have some Jewish friends, but I'd like to get into more of the different types of religions that are out there. So comment below on what is set up for a healthy family lifestyle. Because of the different dynamics of love and who's in power and making decisions and what the roles are. And if it was all perfectly put into place, it does work. And we're in a different kind of society where we don't put into place those rules. So we're kind of like a soccer match. If there's no rules, do we need a home run? Do we need a goal or a basket? And we're all just like flip-flopping all over the place, playing this game of life and not knowing what the outcome is, what the purpose is, what the rule, like we know the rules, but a lot of us are, not doing them. So I feel that, because things are so scattered already, like I told you guys, I'm a teacher, there gets to be a point where things are so scattered, you feel completely like that it's total chaos. So we are kind of living in a state of total chaos. So I would like you guys in the next video that I'm going to do to share your religion, what is set up with it, because the different ways that we interact with each other, the different expectations that we have make a difference. But when we get back to a normal state, we don't have that craziness. We're kind of addicted to the craziness because of what we went through, whether it's fixing them or hearing from them, or we value what's scarce. Doesn't mean it's great. We just value it for these crazy reasons. Why are certain designer clothes so fantastic? It's a red dress, but this one is expensive, so it's worth it. This one is only 1,000 made, and it can look identical to this other one with the same material, but we place a higher value. And I've seen that. I've had a costume business. You see what certain people sell, the exact same thing, and others, you can get $10 for the outfit if you're lucky. Others, they're like $160 for the same outfit. It's interesting how the mind works, but we have to show people that, we do have value, that we're a little bit scarce because we know our value, that instead of giving ourselves so freely, the mind works different. When things are on sale, people are like, why is it only $10? I am not buying that. It could be $100 outfit, and you're like, I'm not buying it. There's something wrong with it. It could be perfect. It could be the deal of a lifetime, and you're like, I don't want it. Something must be wrong. People get skeptical. And when you're with a healthy person, it's comforting, it's stable, and it takes getting used to. But that's the ultimate goal, to be with somebody who truly loves you. And you feel full when you're in their presence because they're not taking and taking. They're not in that state of need. That if you can, with my help, train yourself to be whole within yourself, that when you start lacking, that you can fill yourself back up, and then you're going to be the best partner. And if you have somebody else who does that too, they're going to give to you. And we can freely give when we're whole. We cannot freely give when we're in this state that we're in, the depression, the anxiety, plus it does stuff to your health. And we're going to get there one step at a time. I'm going to make that religious video, and I'll post the link in the comments below. Thanks for watching.